What are your strengths? It's an important question. If you can make the interviewer see your unique strengths and how they are well suited to the role, it can significantly advance you towards getting the job. However, we are always afraid of sharing the wrong strengths or worried about how to talk about our strengths in a way that doesn't seem over the top. That's why I'm going to walk you through why interviewers ask this question and how to identify the right strengths to share and provide the best strategy for talking about your gifts. Be sure to watch out for strengths you shouldn't list when answering this question. By knowing what not to do, you can rise above your competition. Let's start by understanding why this question comes up so often. Why does an interviewer ask about your strengths? With this question, hiring managers want to hear three key things. You have the self-awareness to analyze your performance, proof of your claims, and why your innate qualities prepare you for success in the role. Now, even if you aren't specifically asked to talk about your strengths, look for opportunities to showcase them. Your goal in every interview is to reveal your most compelling and relevant strength. Sometimes people think they should just reference the job description in order to answer this question. Essentially, repeat back any qualities found there. While it's incredibly important to consider what is most useful to the role, simply repeating those strengths can come across as inauthentic. And if an interviewer presses you for an example of when you've demonstrated those strengths, you might not have one. So here's a strategy for answering this question that is both sincere and strategic. Step 1. Identify your true strengths. Sit down and make a list of your superpowers. You can shorten the list down later. So turn off that inner critique and answer yourself, what am I really good at? Your strengths should include experience. For example, do you have experience with a certain topic or type of task, expertise in a particular industry, or a track record of working with a similar products or customers? Next is soft skills. Are you good at being persuasive, relating to others, negotiating, or managing? Hard skills. Do you have task-based expertise like fluency, programming, or copywriting? Education and training. Do you have relevant background or accomplishments such as college degrees, certification, training, or internship that make you stand out? If you're feeling stuck, expand beyond your own perspective. Dig up past performance, reviews, or emails and reread the feedback you've received. Or if you're a student or a fresher, think about comments you've received from professors or supervisors in past classes or internship. By starting from this reflective, authentic place, you are immediately demonstrating sincerity and self-awareness, which is already a step ahead of candidates who haven't done this exercise. But before I move on, if you watched this far in this video, give us a like and subscribe to get our latest career advice. All right, next up, be relevant. Now that you have a list of your top strengths, look at the job description to determine which strengths will be most relevant for this specific job. Don't be afraid to look closely and detect traits that would likely make someone successful in the role, even if they are not listed. Remember, most people will simply repeat the job description back to the interviewer. Going beyond what's expected can be a great way to stand out and show critical thought about the role. Most applicants don't spend enough time thinking creatively about which personal traits are most relevant to the job. With this in mind, try to focus on your top 3 strengths, and with the knowledge, you may only be asked to talk about your top 1. Step 3, specify. Avoid being generic when you talk about your strengths. Could most of your friends say the same thing about themselves? If yes, that strength may not seem as valuable or thoughtful as a more unique alternative. So pick another one. For example, instead of people skills, go with relationship building, client management, or conflict resolution. Step 4, prepare to demonstrate. If you claim a strength, you should be able to explain why, or even better, show an example of a moment to prove it. So carefully consider instances in your career that you've demonstrated your strengths and be prepared to talk about them. If you can share a convincing example here, you're set. So I recommend using the STAR technique to structure your response. In a sense, this means that in order to describe the moment of strength, you should explain the situation you were in, tasks you had, action you took, and result you achieved. There's a whole strategy of how to use this tactic. So be sure to check out our video on behavioral interviewing for more info. Step 5, emphasize impact. The most important component of your response is impact, because you not only needed to share a past example of your strength, but you're also needed to explain how it will be an asset if you get the job. The important question to ask yourself is, so what? Okay, your strength helped you in the past situation. So what for your future employer? Focus on how that quality will make you invaluable to the new team. refer to program goals, and show knowledge of the company's need. For example, a great impact statement could be, my history of high quality project management will fully set me up for entering the startup environment when new programs seek rapid growth but don't have any structure in place. These big ambitions require thoughtful organization, which I have proven experience in developing. Pro tip: rambling here can make you seem more nervous than you are. Your answer should still be 1 to 2 minutes long. Now, as promised at the beginning, let's quickly discuss mistakes people make when discussing your strength. Common mistake: lack of self awareness. Knowing your real strength demonstrates a level of self awareness and thoughtfulness about the way you work. If you are searching for an answer or don't have examples of strength, you may come across as unsure of yourself. If it's important to show confidence and be insightful in interview. Selling yourself short. Many candidates aren't comfortable articulating their greatness. This is particularly true for introverts or people who never really had to sell themselves before. So first off, I'd say when you are interviewing, get over any hesitation to say nice things about yourself. Now is the time to show off. But then I know this is often easier said than done. So I'd recommend really leaning into those stories rather than just claiming you're good at something. Share an example. This way you can show your strength through your past actions, which often feels more comfortable than simply stating your strength. Choosing ordinary strengths. Remember, do not choose strengths most people could claim. The aim instead is to share a highly valuable professional offering. While there is nothing uniquely desirable about someone whose strength is being a hard worker, there is value in someone who offers to take on new projects, is motivated to meet deadlines, or relentlessly looks for solutions. Alright, so let's quickly recap how to answer what are your strengths. Identify your personal, authentic strengths. Looking at your past performance and feedback can be a great place to start. Select your top 3 most relevant to the role. But don't be afraid to go beyond what's listed in the job description by thinking critically about what the company needs. Describe your strengths with specific language. Remember, rarity is valuable. Demonstrate your strengths through stories of success. Lean into the STAR response structure. Emphasize impact. How did your strengths help you in the past, and how will they be an asset to your future employer? Finally, demonstrate self-awareness, sell yourself, and focus on your unique professional offering. If you found this helpful, please hit the like button so we can know what's useful to you. Subscribe to our channel to see more of our career advice, and for more tips on answering interview questions, I recommend checking out our playlist or watching our video on how to answer Tell Me About Yourself. I hope you found this information helpful and that you're able to apply it to your next interview.